All right, let's go. Good morning to all of you. Uh, Glad to see you this morning. Vo's gonna be popping in for a little bit. We'll talk about Devante Adams today in the Raiders. Word swirling here out of New York that they're gonna get their boy. Uh, Rodgers wants him. It's just a matter of time to the Jets. Um, will he be available by the trade deadline? I think he will. Unless the Raiders do something ultra phenomenal, which I kind of doubt, I think he will be on the market. When you look at the Raiders, right? The one thing about them, which is so obvious, is that what hurts them is it doesn't seem. Good morning to guys in the chat. It looks like when you look at them reality wise, where they're going to get better. I see where they're going to get better, but the question is again, will they get better? With the Raiders, the answer is always no. You can't trust or believe a thing they say or do, and that's a fact. I mean, there we go. You can't trust a thing or anything they do. It's gotten that bad for the Raiders right now. Um, I look at them in reality. See, I look at things in reality. And I think the one player in that division who's going to throw a monkey wrench, and this team's going to be a little, not a lot, a little better than what they are, is going to be the Broncos with Bo Nix. And we'll see the Broncos Sunday night against Green Bay. That game is 8 o'clock Eastern on the NFL Network. So we'll see Bo Nix. I'll be on live. Once Bo Nix is out of the game, I'm gone. I'm out of the building. Next week, we're going to do day night. I got the AFC South next week. NFC South next week. Plus, I'm going to throw in some more teams. Because next week, look how quick it's gone. Thursday night, Eagles Patriots week 2. I'm glad that they put the Patriots on Thursday night. Let's see who's in here. I'm glad they did that to just get that dismal group out of the way. All right, Raven hating the Cowboys. He should. It's all Raven in here. Morning, Raven. I figured you'd be in Platinum's room already, man. The season's already over before. Usually I would give a guy like Raven some hope. I don't give him no hope when it comes to that team. And one of the main reasons why is in that conference alone, look who his quarterback is against. You think he's better than Jalen Hurts? No. You think he's better than Kirk Cousins? About the same, but I will give the edge to Cousins. He's not better than any quarterback in the NFC North except Sam Darnold. I mean, the way Caleb is looking, uh, he's not better than that. And he's definitely not better than Brock. What's our boy in LA? I was going to say Stratford, or Kyler Murray. So what do that tell you alone? That when it comes to matching up against the best quarterbacks in his league. Can't do it. You know, and I didn't even say Baker Mayfield, who right now he's better, but who knows? And the way Tampa Bay is looking with all that speed, I know everybody's saying let Baker do it again, and he has to do it again. And he has to do it again. That is fair. But I think the problem with Dak Prescott is something what I said about Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Enough already. You've seen enough. I get the feeling Jerry Jones will keep him only because they need somebody, and you really don't want to go down the road of Shedeur Sanders. You really don't want to go there with him. But it's not looking good in Arlington, Texas. And you know the sad thing is? This is for you, Raven. This is for you. Keep your fingers crossed. Man, you like Mahomes, stay there. You like Brittany and all of them, stay there. No, that's what I would do. But when you look at the Raiders right now, they're on the verge of oblivion. And I think if they give our boy a chance, Ghana Minshew, I think they'll have a chance to go 8-9, 9-8. I love their tight ends. I love their receiver. Of course, he's the best you could top two in the business. 10 billion value worth of losers. Yeah. And let me also say this about Dallas, and you can put the Raiders in the same boat. 40 years, 41 years for the Raiders. 29 for the Cowboys. 51 for the Dolphins. I don't count the Jets. Who else has been? Minnesota never. Buffalo never. Redskins, 33 years. San Francisco, 30 years. It's a problem there. There's a problem there. I'm going to tell you what the problem is, and me and ITES always disagree with this. With the emergence of Mike Holmgren in Seattle, Andy Reid in Philadelphia, and of course Green Bay had Favre to Rodgers and now Love. Those three teams right there, those three franchises back right there have stability, respectability. The national media won't give it to these franchises because they're not Dallas. You feel me? But the point I'm going with this is San Francisco and Dallas got to get their act together. Because until they hit it with the right quarterback, they'll never be on the level with the Packers, Eagles, and who was the other team I said? The Packers, the Eagles, and I said the Packers, Eagles, and Seattle. You won't be. You won't. I said I did Seattle yesterday. They need a quarterback, in my opinion. Someone who can jump over Dak Prescott and compete with the big boys. And the big boys are Love, Hurts, Jared Goff, and Matthew Stafford. Kyler Murray. Those are the big boys in the NFC. And until you get a quarterback, it's no knock on Dak or Brock Purdy, but let's just call it what it is. Those three teams don't have that. Yeah, you got McCaffrey, Kaepernick. What happened there for San Francisco? Not a damn thing. And Dallas has been inept for 30 years now. Just that like that dumbass owner said, well, I'll put my face out there. I talk to keep the team relevant, so they won't be irrelevant. You're still irrelevant, Jerry. Okay, and I'll get to you about something that Rich Eisen said when he interviewed Christian Watson last week that opened up my eyes, talking about the damage Jordan Love did to the Dallas organization, the domino effect. I did not know this until Rich Eisen said this. I'm going to have a good laugh with that. But back to the Raiders. When I look at the Raiders again, I look at a team that they're going to always be 7-10, 8-9. That's them. And again, the answer is the quarterback position. And if I'm the Raiders, I will look very hard to make a blockbuster trade with the Falcons and get Kirk Cousins there next year. Because from everything I hear, Penix is ready to go. They would love to dump Kirk Cousins right now. They're going to give Kirk Cousins enough rope to hang himself. And you know what the hanging himself will be? Not getting to the NFC Championship game. He doesn't do that, he's out the door. With this quarterback draft, the way it's looking exactly like diarrhea. If I'm the Raiders, that would be a good move. That would be a nice move. I would consider it next spring. Okay. I think the Raiders right now is with this man there who is tired of the bullshit. Let's just call it like we call it in here. I think the Raiders right now, folks, Antonio Pierce with personal problems. You're looking at again 7-10. You're not better than Denver. You're definitely not better than Jimmy Harbaugh. And you beat Kansas City once a year, so what? And if you don't think Mahomes going to make you pay for that voodoo doll, you're out of your damn mind. So I got the Raiders 7-10. Garner can save you. I don't think this Aiden kid is going to save you. I really, really don't see it. I don't. Just don't see it for you. When I look at the AFC and I look at them, the Raiders, the AFC South is past you now. And the Will Levis looked like he did on Sunday. You really got issues. The rest of the AFC really got issues. I can tell you right now, this week is the week you watch the games around the country. You watch the games this week because teams are going to play this like a real rehearsal. Give Tua Tagovailoa a lot of credit. He told Mike McDaniel, I'm playing this week. Me and my boys were out there this week. We don't hear that crap. I see, knowing the way McDaniel does things, I see Tua playing maybe a half this week, him and the guys. I don't know if Tyreek is playing, but I see the Dolphins going Tua says he wants to go all out. I see the Dolphins doing that. We're doing that game Saturday because I want to see Jaden Daniels. You know, I want to see Daniels. Miami's Miami. We know how they are. So we're going to look at that Saturday night. Also, we did the Seahawks yesterday. I want to see Tennessee and Seattle this week. And up in the Pacific Northwest, people are screaming that this defense is the new Legion of Boom. We're going to find out. Okay, we're going to find out. What else we got this weekend? Let me take a little look around this weekend in the NFL. We'll be in Miami on Saturday. Because remember, because Jaden Daniels. And then Sunday we'll all be in Denver up here, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'll be on the air at 25 to 8 Eastern time, preview Packers and Bo Nix. A lot of people, and I'm one of them. I said a year ago, Bo Nix can ball out. Everybody kept talking about, he couldn't cut it in the SEC. Yeah, he didn't cut it in the SEC. Guess what? He's the 12th pick in the draft. Also, for all of his haters and distractors, guess what? He's the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos. That's what's up. Let's see who these teams are playing this week. Also, J.J. McCaffrey's out indefinitely, torn meniscus, which I think is insane. Eagles, Patriots, I'll be off Thursday. They're not playing on Friday. All these games slated on Saturday. Here we go. Falcons at Ravens, that's going to be interesting. That's 12 noon. Bengals and Bears, that's on NFL Network. Giants and Texans, I'll see that locally here, and I'll get to see a lot of C.J. Stroud. Lions and Chiefs at 4 o'clock. That's going to be interesting. NFL Network. Mahomes will play. I'm pretty sure Jared Goff will play. Vikings and Browns, no thank you. Cardinals and Colts, no thank you. We'll see Jaden Daniels in Miami on Saturday night. Seahawks and Titans, I will do that game in my privacy of my den. If the Miami game gets boring, I'll watch that. Bills and Steelers overplayed. Jets, Panthers, please. Rams, Chargers, no. I'm surprised they're playing that game at 4 o'clock in LA. Buccaneers and Jags, who cares? Cowboys and Raiders, who cares? Then Sunday, Saints and Niners is on Fox, 8 o'clock. Packers and Broncos, that's where we will be to watch Bo Nix perform. That's at 8 o'clock on NFL Network. I'm looking for one particular quarter. Michael Penix will play a lot this week, just to let you brothers know. Penix will play a lot this week against the Ravens. 12 o'clock on NFL Plus if you have it. Bengals and Bears are interesting. That's the 1 o'clock game on NFL Network. I'm not watching it. I'll be watching the Giants and Texans, who will be playing their squads hopefully for an entire half. Let me get to the baseball. So I got the Raiders at 7-10. Right, nice story on the Indians. There we go. Let me get the scores from last night so we can recap. Um, all right, Washington beat the Orioles. You wonder about the Orioles sometimes. The Indians came back and beat the Cubs 2-1. Miami shut out the Phillies at home. I think the Phillies are worn down with that, and the schedule continues for them. They got a break this week. Marlins and the Nationals at home. They already lost. They already lost to the Marlins. Can't make this up. Cincinnati beat the Cardinals 4-1. Tigers beat up on the Mariners 15-1. Houston beat Tampa Bay 3-2. Boston beat Texas 9-4. Oakland beat, that was disgusting last night. You know, one thing about the Mets, even though I can't stand them, I will say this. If you're in the chat room, I'll say what's up to you in a second. One thing about the Mets that you kind of feel bad for their fans a little bit. Whenever you get pumped, they get ran out of the building. I mean, what happened in Seattle this weekend? Same thing what happened to the Phillies in Arizona this weekend. The Red Sox against Yordan Alvarez and Alec Bregman, and those games were in Fenway. Mets really disappointed their fans. They booed them out of the building. Paul Fairbairn just booed the guy from the A's like 3 weeks ago. It's not working, folks. I tried to tell you guys this. It's not working. Yankees came back and showed some life. Got destroyed Monday night in Chicago. They came back to win 4-1 last night. Dodgers, they got Mookie back 7-2. Padres win again. Nobody wants to talk about the Padres. Again, Jackson Merrill, Luis Ariz, and of course the great Manny Machado. He could keep playing the doggy dance in that locker room all he wants to. That man loves his merengue, he loves his heritage, and they're rolling right now. They're rolling. Same with this team with 4 in the 9th. Arizona in front of 19,000 at home. The fans should be ashamed of themselves. They had 47,000 on Saturday night, 44,000 on Sunday afternoon out there. 19,000. One thing about the Diamondbacks. Next weekend, not this one, next weekend, at Fenway, they come home, play the Mets and the Dodgers. They got a tough schedule, folks. Arizona in September. I think it's very manageable for them, but the last series of the year, home for San Diego. And the Braves won again in San Francisco 4-3. So that's the baseball wrap up. Minnesota manhandled Kansas City, but we all know Minnesota's act. Come playoff time, they shit in their pants. That's when they see the Yankees. Ugh, the stench of the Yankee pinstripes. The Twins fans. So that's your baseball wrap up. Okay. That's your baseball wrap up. We're just chilling in here. The baseball's the same. Arizona's blazing. Uh, you know, Arizona's looking real good. Padres are looking great. Let's take a look at the standings. Yankees, who cares when they get some pitching, then we'll take them seriously. Don't listen to the media. The MLB tonight's baseball tonight on ESPN. It's their job to pump up the big markets. Speaking of that, let me get to the Yankees a half game ahead of Baltimore. Red Sox 6.5 behind. Give Boston a lot of credit. Uh, Rays ready for next year. And Toronto's been winning lately, but they're still 14.5 behind. So, you know. Indians, best record in the American League. Twins, they're going to make the playoffs. The Royals hanging in there. But the Red Sox are on their tail. And of course, the Astros have been blazing. Texas is gone. So, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams for 3 spots in baseball. The winner of the West, the winner of the Central, and then one wild card team. I'm pretty sure one of the losers in one of these divisions is going to be a wild card. Yankees, Orioles, one of them is going to be a wild card. Now, here's the situation. If you are Baltimore, because see, the Yankees don't care. The Yankees go, oh, we're playing Baltimore. All right, we'll show them what postseason life is all about. Let's say the Yankees win the division. They're going to play Baltimore in round 2. Whoever wins the Central is going to get the other two, is going to get the 2 seed or the 1 seed. The 1 seed and the 2 seed is going to the East and the Central winners. You can book that. You can book that. Meanwhile, in the National League, Phillies are falling apart. Braves are 6 games behind. Mets are 8 games behind. Doesn't look good for the Brewers, but they've been getting spanked at home by the Dodgers, but no one's going to catch them. One thing that's going to hurt the Brewers, they're not getting home field. And right now, give the Dodgers some credit. They got the best record in the National League, barely. Diamondbacks 3.5, Padres 3.5, behind the Dodgers. If I am those 2 teams, I'll let the Dodgers win the division. Let me take a look at something. All right, here you go. You're Arizona, and you're the Padres. If you finish the wild card, one of you will get the Brewers. The other one, if the Braves and Mets get in, they'll get the Brewers. And the Padres and Arizona is going to knock one of each other out, which to me is very disappointing. I wouldn't catch the Dodgers. Let them have it. You'll meet the Dodgers in the second round, and it's the best 3 out of 5. And we don't want to hear the casuals who last year whined and cried about how there was no Yankees, there was no Dodgers. And this is why I always say sports who cater to the casuals, that's the NFL, the NBA, you have to really, especially the NBA. I mean, they're cocksuckers for the casual fans. I mean, thank you, NHL. Thank you, UEFA soccer and baseball. They don't cater to the casual fans. They stick to the loyal fan base that's paying $400 to sit in the upper deck. Okay. If your team is good, we're showing up. If your team sucks, I got other things to do. For the Arizonas, the Padres, Reds coming on now. Good for the Reds. St. Louis, no one hardly goes anymore, believe it or not. Hardly anybody goes to Cardinal games. You know why? They've seen this act before. You know, some fan bases, the climate changes. This does in sports. I mean, only the wannabes go to NBA games. I mean, I'm not going to go there, but when I do my podcast on the NBA, which should be coming the next couple weeks, you will get about the shenanigans behind the scenes in that league. That league is a joke. It's a goddamn joke, the NBA. But my point is, the teams who stick with the diehards, those teams don't miss a beat. MLS is another one. MLS has been here, folks, now for 28 years. That's right. You heard me right. 28 years. I remember all the BS they used to get. I used to kill it, not because I hated it. I kind of liked it because I identified with the 94 Olympic team. And I identified with the players. So Alexi Lalas and Kobe Jones were in LA, so I followed the Galaxy. We used to choke every year. The Reds is half and half. Chicago's always sold out, and that's what I'm talking about. Cub fan, Dodger fan, they're always there. It's to those people, they treat it like their ballparks or the place to be, a cathedral. I remember when they had Ethier and Matt Kemp. Nice of the Dodgers to retire Matt Kemp's jersey on Sunday. Great for the Dodgers to do that. I remember James Loney has some issues. Paul LaDuca. That's what you call. This is why a lot of people love the Dodgers. I just named you 4 homegrown players. Our boy was with that team. He joined them in June of 2008. Kershaw. Folks, I don't have a life, so I always did have the league pass last 25 years, so I saw all this shit. But good for the Dodgers. Just like the Dolphins are going to retire Tim Bowen's number, the Dodgers retired Matt Kemp's on Sunday. Great for them. Matt Kemp was shocked. He was pleased. They should retire all. You know they're going to do Kershaw. They should retire all 4 of those kids. Ethier, Loney, and LaDuca should get their numbers retired too. Good for the Dodgers. I'm looking at the Cardinals right now, and I don't see it. The Reds have a chance. The Reds have a chance because they got all that young talent together. In the National League East, uh, the Braves have played better lately, but I'm still not buying it. The Mets have a shot, but I'm gonna leave the Mets alone because they always disappoint their fans. So right now, it's the Dodgers, the Padres, and the D-backs, the Phillies, and the Brewers. And only one other team is going to get in: the Braves, the Mets. Cardinals and Reds. One of them are going, and the Cubs too. Let me see, Cubs. Yeah, the Cubs are still in it. One of those teams going to get that last spot. So that's the way it's looking right now in MLB. Let me get back to the NFL. College football will be up here on August 31st. The Miami Hurricanes at the Florida Gators. Then week 2 will be. I'm not doing the game, by the way. I'm just going to be up here to preview the week. I got to hit platinum and lead up. We're going to do it again. And we'll see what happens. Week 2, we will definitely be in Tuscaloosa for round 3, Texas and Alabama. NBA schedule comes out Friday if you care. The Christmas Day games are crazy. The first game is the Knicks and somebody at 12 o'clock. Then it's Dallas and somebody's playing. Then Philly and Boston. Lakers Warriors on ESPN. I forgot who the nightcap is. No, who's the late game? I think it's the Nuggets and the Suns. So a lot of people upset that Oklahoma City's not getting the love. I totally agree with that. I definitely agree with that. The NBA with their bullshit as always. All right, the Rockets rookie looks real good. Wow, a lot of people thinking I gotta get big money Sean up here. A lot of people think Jamal Murray has lost it. Interesting. All right, the Rockets picking that kid at third. He dominated the summer league. Absolutely dominated the summer league. Laurie Markkinen got a gigantic deal by the Utah Jazz. Utah should be better than what they are. You know, honestly, they should be better than what they are. Serbia got bronze. France got silver. And let me comment on that. There's a certain content creator who is praising Joel Embiid. And I like this lady, so I'm not going to kill her like I would. She got all the information backwards. She was talking about Embiid like he's a hero. And I'm saying this, most of us who follow the game can't stand Joel Embiid. And Wimbayama is right. And this is why I say women shouldn't talk about sports. Okay? They should not be talking about sports. Women should be doing what they do, making their money and going about their life. Okay, it's Wimbayama who we love, and we're not going to get all worked up for Embiid. I mean, for Wimby because he said Embiid shortchanged them. Oh yeah, if Embiid was with France, they would have won the gold medal. I didn't even watch a second of the dumbass Olympics, and that's what the Olympics are to me. They're for losers, fat women eating buffalo wings with fucking ranch dressing, with what's that bullshit? Celery and carrot sticks. That's who watches the Wall Street. I mean, excuse me. That's who watches the bullshit Olympics. Is those fat women. Okay, middle American babushka women. Okay, with the butter face. That's who watches the Olympics. Okay, let's just be honest here. Oh my God. Oh, so I'm not gonna throw this lady under the bus because I like a lot of things she says, but she's right about this. And I see the picture of this goddamn Cameroon with Jason Tatum and LeBron. I like the way Bam Adebayo looks. That's the way he's supposed to look. So what? We won this. We were supposed to win. So these losers, and that's why I call them, from the NBA winning the gold medal, whoop-de damn do. Okay, whoop-de damn do. Now, the women, on the other hand, who have been vilified, they're the villains of the USA teams. No one cares that they won the gold medal, but they tried to tell you, hey, we're 70, well, way over 70 now. They're like 80 and 3 in the last, including this one, the Olympics. Now, the women have no competition, but America was rooting for the women because all girl, middle America, farm girl owned, Caitlin Clark was maxing in the. Speaking of that, let me say something about Caitlin Clark real quick. And this is why guys like me have respect for Caitlin. All last week, she was in New York chilling with her boyfriend, enjoying New York City. She was loving every minute of it. She went to the Yankee game Saturday. The whole clubhouse rose up and treated her like royalty. The Yankees. She was wearing the jersey with Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill on Saturday. You know, typical young white lady rocking her sunglasses. It was a beautiful day, and the week was pretty good. You know, it's better this week. But the point I'm making here is they did not once, and I think this was Caitlin Clark's orders, not once bring up the Olympic team. Good for Caitlin. Caitlin just styled and profiled, took pictures with Aaron Judge, Mike Stanton. I forgot who the third Yankee was. Probably Juan Soto. And she enjoyed a typical day in New York. You know, chilling in the Bronx, watching the Yankee game. Like I always told you, when the game is over, all Caitlin has to do is go downstairs on the D train. She's in Manhattan the next stop. Let me see, 125th, no, 145th, 125th, 59th Street. She's at her hotel in like 10 minutes on the train. Her and her man. And she's right back in Midtown Manhattan. Okay. So, shout out to Caitlin Clark. She don't give a goddamn about the U.S. Olympic team. Good for her. Me, on the other hand, I want to congratulate my girl, Jewel Lloyd. A couple of my girls on that team. You know, Aja Wilson, who she is a figure of the imagination, if you care. Oh man, wow. So wow. Friday night, I'm gonna get people come up and just talk dumb shit all night. Then we'll be ready Saturday and Sunday with the football. Then Monday morning and Monday night we'll do the preview. I may go Tuesday to Friday doing that because the last exhibition game nobody cares. So I'll be off. I'll be off Monday. Be back Tuesday. Monday morning. I mean Tuesday morning, Tuesday night. Let me see what else. Oh, all right. Let me see something here, and then I'm gonna go back to MLB getting their team ready for 2028. Okay. Good luck with that, fellas. And let me tell you something. You owners, you let this go through. If you think players gonna hang around and practice, hell no. Players are getting 3 weeks off. They're taking their ass to any resort they want to and enjoy 3 weeks of R&R. And if I'm an MLB great player, like a like a I'm going by future years, so we're talking 4 years from now. If I'm Mookie Betts, I ain't playing. Give me the 3 weeks off. Give me the 3 weeks off. Oh man, boy, people love these Olympics. That says the greatest ratings ever. That's why America's a bunch of losers. All right, the women's team, of course, congratulations to all those ladies who won very comfortably without Caitlin. All right, everybody talking about uh, Jaden Daniels. We'll see him Saturday night in Miami. We'll see Bo Nix Sunday against the Packers. By the way, uh, congratulations to all the fantasy owners in America because Saturday morning is fantasy football weekend. It's now a big, it's a huge thing now. Congrats to all the fantasy players, especially the old guys like me, who's been playing over 30 years. And good luck to everybody with their league. For the first time in my life, I'm running a league, and it's like I tell people in my league, you enjoy yourself. No bitching, no complaining. Just enjoy your squad. And if you don't win, you didn't draft properly. I made a big mistake this year with the league. I will correct that next year. Next year, I will give more prize money, and that's on me. And I owe everybody in the league right now, Moss, uh, Emmanuel, all you guys an apology. Our new player who joined us, who's great. I want to thank her too. Next year we'll get it completely right. Something big for the winner, and everybody will get some type of compensation. I think that's the fair thing to do. All right, a week, 6 days from now, Aaron Rodgers' book comes out. You know damn well I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely have that in my hand next week. That's gonna be a fascinating read. You're gonna read about Aaron, in his own words, being in the. It reminds me of Moss. Moss is in the fifth person. If you haven't heard him before, Moss is definitely in the fifth person, and he's not ashamed of it. I usually don't fuck with people like that, but Moss is good. Here we go. So, and I hope the people who are joining our league, I am the one who will submit trades and neglect and reject trades. So some of you are going to be disappointed, and they're going to get a lot of rejections. So I did what I had to do. So let me go through college football. We'll preview the Hurricanes and the Gators. I'll start doing games, the big game, on week 2. That will be Texas at Tuscaloosa against the Alabama Crimson Tide. I don't look at Miami and Florida, it's such a big game. I look at that as two programs got something to prove. Shout out to JT Sports. He looks at everything when it comes to college football. Oh man. Jim Harbaugh won't be the honorary captain at the Wolverines opening day game. Okay, the 31st is week 2 of the college schedule. Okay. Week 1, you got some real crappy games. Let's go through it a little bit. Week 1 of the schedule. If it's not worth betting on, it's crap. So week 2 is Miami and Florida. I know October 19th to me is the biggest game of the year to me, and that's Ohio State out in Eugene. I think that game is going to be out of this world. And I can tell you right now, if Alabama thinks that going out to Eugene is going to be their usual, we'll bring 50,000. You'll be lucky if you get 10,000. Lucky. That will be the scene of black, green, and gold for that game. I promise you that. All right, August 24th, Florida State at Georgia Tech. Who cares? That's the only game that day, by the way. Then Thursday the 29th, for everybody else, this is week 1. So it was week 1. Western Carolina at NC State, Wood at Kansas, Murray State at Missouri. I can't even watch that. Southern Utah, Temple at Oklahoma. Then here's the card. I'll tell you, Clemson at Georgia. Let me tell you something. If Clemson can pull that off, wow. So we got Clemson at Georgia, Penn State at West Virginia. What else we got? Miami and Florida. That's on ABC. At the same time as Akron and Ohio State. Colorado State at Texas. Furman, Ole Miss. Notre Dame at College Station. That's your night game. And then, so Florida State's playing a quick schedule. They'll come back that Monday and play Boston College. LSU at USC is Sunday night. I don't know what the hell is Lincoln Riley's doing out there. We're gonna be doing the show every week. So whatever happens, happens. Texas at Michigan, okay? That's a big game, folks, because SEC versus Big Ten. That's at 12 o'clock. Arkansas, Oklahoma State, who cares? Kansas State, Tulane, who cares? Now, week 2 is a throwaway. The only good game, week 2, and you people go, huh? Tennessee at NC State. That's big. That's SEC versus uh, the ACC. And the reason why those games are scheduled, because the ACC, if the playoff committee don't like your schedule, but you win the ACC, you may not even make the playoffs. They can do that. So, week 2, nothing special. Now, this should be the week coming up. We're going to get something big. Let's take a look at it. That's Saturday. There you go. Alabama at Wisconsin. Wisconsin wins that game, and this game is in Camp Randall. Then we're talking something. Okay. Trying to find some interesting games. The Civil War, Oregon and Oregon State. They never played it this early. They are now. Utah State. I'm pretty sure Jordan Love will be watching from his hotel room in Nashville because they're at Tennessee that week. That's where we'll be. Georgia at Kentucky. So basically, the first 3 weeks they give you an appetizer, but you don't get the full slate. All right, Cal's at Tallahassee. I'm trying to get some interesting matchups. NC State's at Clemson. UCLA is at Death Valley. Tennessee's at Oklahoma. Miami's at South Florida. That'll be very interesting. USC's at Michigan. So, folks, basically, from looking at these schedules, you're going to have to wait till late in the year when the real teams start playing each other. I'll tell you something I've noticed. You're not going to see the little teams anymore. Like, you look up on a Tuesday night, Wednesday night, you see Jacksonville State play. That's no more. They got rid of all those teams. I told people they were going to do that. All right. Florida State at SMU. Ohio State, Michigan State. Wisconsin at the Coliseum against USC. That week 2, Alabama at Wisconsin's interesting. Arizona at Utah. Nah. Oklahoma, Auburn's interesting. What else? Well, look at this. It took 5 weeks, but we're going to finally get this showdown on ABC week 5. Georgia at Alabama, week 5. We will do that game up here. That will be September the 28th. We will do Georgia, Alabama. That game is in Tuscaloosa. We'll definitely do that game. That game is in Tuscaloosa. I'll do the rest of the schedule on Saturday night. But there you go. So, college schedules out there. Slow Fierce, what's up, family? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to ignore you. You guys are still here. What you damn guys should be doing. And when I do the night show Friday nights, that like button better be hit. That's like going to someone's place and hanging out for free. You don't pay for the chips. None of that shit. Okay? That Friday night, when I'm on Friday the 13th at 11:15 Eastern Time, okay, that like button better be hit if you're in my chapel. Because we're going in a new direction in here. I mean, damn. Guys act like this is a hotel where they can chill. And I'm sorry, fellas. I know all you guys came in kangaroo two-step. Yo, I apologize to all of you. Jazz Chisholm, Aja is finesse. Oh, she's fine. Damn, you guys were in here like that? Wow, I apologize to you dudes, bro. Well, I warned you about the Phillies, Manzano. No, Miami's not on the teams who did not make the schedule on Christmas Day are Miami, Oklahoma City, Milwaukee didn't make the cut, and there was one more good team that didn't make the cut. Yeah, bro, I feel you, man. Let me drop this link. I'm sorry, fellas. When I get into this stuff and I see an empty room, I just keep going. Now that you guys are here, and again, can you hit the like button, please? It's not like I'm giving you garbage. Wow. I mean, and this is why I'm gonna start segregating myself from the rest of the world. Something I can easily do. I live my life that way. Uh, when we get closer to the election, I will bury Kamala Harris. So get ready for that. See, I can talk. Say what's up to everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. All right, Pony, what's up, bro?
Hey, Uncle. I had in the chat actually. I was asking a question in football. Would you say the Raiders are equivalent to the Yankees in baseball, where they're hated because of their kind of undeserved arrogance when they really haven't in the last 10 years they haven't won a World Series?
Well, the Yankees haven't won in 15, but the team like the Yankees is definitely the Dallas Cowboys.
How
It's not even close.
about the Raiders?
It's going to be
Would
a
that be
little
the
harsh.
Astros?
It's going to be a little harsh. Uh, they're the Blue Jays.
Oh, they're the Blue Jays.
Yes, they're the Blue Jays.
that's that's bad for the Blue Jays.
They're either the Mets or the Blue Jays. I would say the
Actually,
Blue Jays.
actually, I would say the Mets, because Mets fans can get very arrogant. Like, I've dealt with Mets fans that are like Raiders fans, in the sense where they have this uptight attitude, and they have like a weird undeserved arrogance with where they talk so much trash when they haven't won a championship.
I don't look at the Raiders that way. Raider fans, to me, of the out of town fans, to me, they're the best fans.
You actually dealt with rational Raiders fans. I have like these fanboys that cape for the franchise and overlook every incompetent decision they've made.
You mean like the Dolphin community?
Exactly.
Well, a bunch of dumbasses.
And you were talking about baseball earlier.
Yeah,
Are you, as a baseball fan, are you surprised that the Indians are as good as they are when it
very
seems that they're
surprised.
rebuilding their? It seems like they're rebuilt. They were in the like this during the deadline. They were in the middle of rebuilding their. They traded a couple of players to rebuild their farm system.
No, that what happened to the Indians this year is bad. They finally hit.
Did you
And
see
they can
on?
fit, but I don't see them making it to the World Series.
And did you see the update on JJ McCarthy that I
No,
put in the chat? This is on Twitter, according to CBS Sports, that he is out indefinitely, possibly even for this whole season.
I think when it comes to the Vikings, they want to give Sam Donald every opportunity to shine. So I think they'll be okay with Donald because the talent around Donald is all world. That's why I never sell the Vikings short. I don't sell them short though in that division.
No, and what what I said about the Phillies, I just asked, like, besides the schedule, do you think injuries are catching up to them?
Nah, as long as Harper's in that lineup every day, they're good. They got no injuries right now. They're just playing against damn good competition.
Is most of the is most of their schedule the rest of the way against playoff teams?
Yeah,
Except I think they already finished their division schedule, right? Or do they have a
they
few
got to play
games?
the Mets 7 times in September.
How about did they already finish with the Braves and the other teams like the Marlins and the
Yeah,
Nationals, or just
they got to play the Braves 7 times this month.
wait? This coming up the next 2 weeks, they play the Braves 7 times.
Yeah,
Good Lord!
but the Braves are almost completely out of it. They're now that's a team that is beaten down. They got so many injuries on the Braves.
I kind of felt no. Uh, the Ronald Acuna injury screwed them.
I think Acuna, Albies getting hurt. You know, they're both out. One of their good pitchers is out with a torn rotator cuff. Phillies are done. I mean, the Braves are done. What if you're a team like the Brewers? You would love to play the Braves in the first round because you can beat them all beaten up. You don't want no part of whoever comes out of the West, the loser, the two losers who don't win the West. You don't want no part of the Padres, and you definitely want no part of the Diamondbacks. And I can tell you right now, Fox and TBS is scared to death that the Padres and Diamondbacks have awakened. these are the last two teams they want to see in the playoffs.
For you, the rest of the way, what division in the American League do you feel it's going to be hard to predict who's going to win?
The West.
Have the Mariners actually started playing well the past few weeks?
They swept the Mets and then they lose again yesterday 15-1 to the Tigers. And the Astros keep winning.
Who's the third team in that? How are the Rangers doing?
Rangers are out of it.
So they're almost like in rebuild mode.
I wouldn't call them rebuild mode. I think the Rangers will get re-energized and get ready with Bochy next year. They'll be one of my favorites next year.
Oh, in the chat, I was.
No, go ahead. I'm going to say something about the Yankees. Go ahead.
Oh, in the chat, I was asking you actually. Do you think the World Baseball Classic is going to be affected, where you're not going to see any more superstar players for MLB going to it?
I think you'll see the Latin players. You're not going to see the American players.
That's why I'm saying you're going to see more of the high-end prospects representing the United States.
Yeah, but the United States, when it comes to like talent, they're not the Dominican Republic.
Or Puerto Rico.
Yeah, or Venezuela.
Japan, maybe?
It's like in hockey. You know that it's all Canada. Well, in hockey it's different, but U.S. has caught Canada, by the way. Moss doesn't want to hear that. It bothers the hell out of him, but USA has caught Canada.
How about the Russians?
They're in major rebuild.
Oh yeah, because Malkin and
Ovechkin.
Ovi and Kuznetsov are close to like the back end of their careers already.
Yes. Exactly. You hit it around the nose.
Yeah, no, and what also hurts them is they haven't built the next superstar yet in that.
Oh, he did. The Canadians just drafted that kid.
Who?
I forgot the kid's name.
Michkov.
Michkov? Yeah, that could be him. Yeah.
Oh no, actually,
to the Flyers.
Actually, no. The kid that they're saying is possibly the next superstar is the guy that the Washington Capitals drafted to possibly replace Ovi when he retires.
I know the Canadians got a budging superstar. They drafted with the 5th pick.
Is he a defenseman or a forward?
He's a defenseman. And
I know who you're talking about.
Last name starts with a D.
Demidov?
That's him.
Yeah,
they're gonna have the big tournament next weekend up in I think it's in Edmonton, where all the young top kids from all over the world is going to play in it.
Oh, the World Juniors?
No, that happened already. So Calgary got the MVP of that, by the way. And you'll see the best of the best that's coming into the league either this year or next year.
Who was as a hockey fan that you've seen more hockey than I have? Who was the last superstar defenseman out of Russia that you can remember?
Wow.
Would you say it's one of the Russian army guys?
Yeah, of course. But past that, um, I gotta think about that.
Is
I
Hedman
tell you,
Russian?
who?
Is Victor Hedman Russian?
No, he's Swedish.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Oh,
tell
he's
you.
from the same country as Nick Lindstrom?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Sadorov is a hell of a defenseman. He's from Russia. He went from the Flames to the Canucks. Now he's on the Bruins.
Oh, Nikita Zadorov?
Yeah, he is a monster.
When I look at Zadorov, I see a little bit like in the way he play the shutdown way he
Mm-hmm.
plays his game.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of what's his face? The guy from the Russian army, the defenseman, the guy who was in the plane crash.
I mean, ooh,
Or in the car crash. The car crash?
Konstantinov.
Yeah. I see a little bit of Konstantinov in the way he plays. Do you see that too? Or
Yeah, you could say that.
See, and to me, hockey to me is the best sport to talk about. Like baseball, football, like in terms of understanding the positions, I think hockey and baseball are probably the best sports to talk about. Do you agree?
I like talking football,
When
but
you
hockey's
when I'm
good to
talking
talk
about the
about.
intricacies on how the game is played,
That would be baseball.
where do you rank hockey in that?
Second.
Soccer is number 3.
Hey, Tony, I can't say. I mean, that's your sport.
Oh, I was asking in the chat how when you started watching the MLS, how good were the Cosmos?
You mean the NASL back in the late 70s, early 80s?
Yes,
Cosmos was a super team. Stephen
it
Ross,
was.
Boy, everybody.
Was that a was that did that team have passes a little bit passes was by the time he got to the NASL was Pele past his prime?
Yeah,
The same thing with Beckenbauer.
Beckenbauer was in his prime because the money was like money now, but not. You know what I mean by that? Like MLS players are not getting $5 million.
They never got the contract that a Messi got, is what you're saying,
Yes,
or Beckham.
yes.
I think Beckham broke that. Uh, uh, what is it called? Beckham was the one that broke. I'm not sure if you agree with this. The contract that Beckham got broke through, where you saw more MLS players, like players out of the country, coming into the getting better contracts.
You're probably right, but none of those guys,
Are Messi.
unless you knew them, you know these guys. No one has the impact of Lionel Messi.
In other sports, what player would you compare to Messi?
Uh, Football, I would say Brady.
Personality wise?
Yeah, Messi is. Let me put it this way, because I hear Big O talk about him every day, and it even took me aback. Lionel Messi's done more for soccer worldwide than any um, MLS player can ever do.
And you know it's crazy. People say he's done more for American sports in general, exposing it to Europe than Michael Jordan did.
I totally agree with that.
Which is shocking to me because Michael Jordan crossed over to pop culture, so that's what confused. Why would they say that though?
Bro, when you see Messi on TV, he's all over the place. And I'll go a step further. I know Dolphin fans can't stand
him. Dolphins fans can't stand Messi?
Yeah, they can't stand him.
Because most of it's crazy. I think the majority of Dolphins fans are Ronaldo fans. That's why they can't stand him.
Well, Ronaldo's a loser. Messi is the biggest winner in the sport.
And to me, when I look at Messi, I agree with you. The player for football, maybe with his humble personality, to be honest, I would say he's more of a Peyton Manning personality-wise than Brady.
I can see that.
For baseball, maybe humble-wise, like personality-wise, I would say maybe a Yadier Molina.
I could see that.
Basketball is hard.
Well, ain't too many. We want to say Steph Curry. You can say that.
Steph Curry.
Yeah. But I think he did it right before Michael Jordan.
Michael, for basketball, for
Messi's that high. Hate to disappoint people.
You know, based on his personality, even after he won his Stanley Cup, Messi's the same way. Barkov is very humble. You don't hear him bragging and talking trash and partying.
Anyone seen Bobrovsky lately?
No one's talked about Sergey lately. He's disappeared off the face of the earth. The only guy you're seeing on the news in terms of all the partying is Matt Tkachuk.
Yeah, he's in St. Louis. He went home. It was pretty cool. He took the Stanley Cup to a children's hospital. And then he let the fans of St. Louis come hang out with him.
He's a very humble kid, even though he has all that partying.
I think the best thing that happened to that young man, he won a cup.
And I kind of feel bad for Matt. I feel bad for Keith. And honest, he never got the chance to win a cup in his career.
I still think he won with Carolina the year they won, because he ended up his career there.
No, but I think he came into Carolina the year before, but I think he retired before they won the Stanley Cup.
Hockey is basketball on ice. That's a compliment, by the way. Yeah. It's basketball and soccer on ice. That's what hockey is. I mean, me and Borgoff from Manzano, you're going to roll your eyes when I'm about to say. Me and Borgoff about 2 months ago got into a big fight up here because he believed that the NFL linemen were more physically conditioned than soccer players. I had to throw his ass out of here.
No. And you know the for me, I can see.
No way, Tony.
No. I'm not defending what he says, but I can see where the argument is coming from because these guys are 300 pounds and they're not supposed to be moving and being conditioned the way they are with how heavy they are. I can see where he's coming from, but I agree with you. Soccer players are more athletic.
They're the
And
most physically conditioned. Them and NBA players. They are the most physically conditioned human beings on this planet.
and I think the reason why American sports fans don't think soccer players are as physically conditioned is with how slender they, because how skinny and slender they look.
That they got 6 and 8 packs. That's why.
If
Eating all
Messi
that
play
pop.
honestly, if Messi played football, I think he would be a running back
I would think so. Yeah.
or maybe a receiver.
I think he's a little thick for a receiver. I'd say maybe a linebacker or safety.
Messi as a like a DB, a corner or something like that.
A safety, yeah, the safety.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. Lionel
No,
Messi?
Messi's too small to play linebacker and safety though. Like he's not. He's only 5'9".
Oh, okay. That's my bad. See,
Yeah,
again, I don't follow these guys like you do. You know these people. You know these players.
yeah. For me, like I think I told you when I first got up on your platform. For me, I grew up watching baseball and soccer. I wasn't really a big football. I watched football on and off, but I wasn't a big fan. It was the same thing with basketball. I didn't grow up playing those sports. I was a competitive swimmer, and I played league, uh, travel league, soccer, and baseball growing up and stuff like that. Is that the same for you, where you grew up playing football and basketball mainly, Uncle, or were you more of a baseball guy?
Baseball. Baseball to the second, still in my blood.
I kind. Do you think they're the players, even with the money? Do you think baseball players are ever going to go back to the time where you of when you were a kid, where you were able to get on the field, take pictures, get autographs and stuff like that, or these players now are too arrogant and stuck up to do that?
I think the players are cool now. They're cooler. They got a better image of themselves. And um,
Or sport athletes in general. Do you think it's ever going to go back to when you were a kid, where you were able to, like, how players, it seems like basketball players are the worst. You don't really see a ton of basketball players signing autographs now.
no,
Like you
no. Well, you may be right because back in my day, I'm talking about the Allen Iverson era. So you're talking the early 2000s. The Tim Duncans, Dirk Nowitzki, those guys were great.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I never got to meet Wade, but Dirk, uh, Nash, uh, Duncan,
The guy
uh,
in the guy in Houston, I forgot his name, Yao Ming.
yeah, Yao Ming, who else? There was somebody else that was damn good. Amari Stoudemire. Players like that, they were great to deal with, bro. Brandon Roy, I told you the picture with me and Brandon Roy. Those guys was great to deal with. Yeah. NBA players back then were great. I don't know how they are now. It's been a long, long time since I've been to an NBA game, Tony.
And Uncle, I was on a platform and we were talking that he was trying to make the case that Drew Holiday is a Hall of Fame player.
He is now.
He is now, but in general, overall, and he was comparing him to Yao Ming, and I'm like, Yao's a different story. He was one of the most dominant centers in his era, and stuff
I
like that.
think I think more people will agree with that guy. Like Drew Holiday. I know when they traded him to Boston, Portland did, and you couldn't believe the things I was saying. And I said, I don't know, Tony. A lot of people believe this guy is one of the top 3 defensive players in the world.
No, but what I'm talking about, was he ever considered at the top? Like, was he ever considered in the top 10 as one of the best point guards of his era at any point of his career?
Yes. When he was in Indiana, yeah, definitely.
A young Drew Holiday?
Yeah, in the middle, like he was in the middle. I think the thing about Drew
Injuries.
that people seem to forget about him, it wasn't his fault that the teams he was with couldn't win. That was the star of the team's fault.
Oh, that was who was the team? That was like
Paul
when he
George?
was in Indiana, Roy Hibbert, right?
Yeah, Paul George. Yeah. Has Paul George won yet?
Nope.
And that's the reason why I'm not taking Philadelphia seriously. And for the first time in my entire life, I'm picking the New York Knicks to go to the finals.
Wait a minute. Are my ears clogged? Did I hear correctly?
I'm picking the Knicks to come out of the East for one reason.
You don't trust Boston?
No, their team matches up perfectly with Boston. Perfectly with Boston.
How about a healthy Miami? Do you think they match perfectly with Boston?
That center comes through. Miami's in business.
Khalil Ware?
From Indiana, if he comes through, the Heat is in serious business. But the problem with Miami is right now,
Jimmy can't stay healthy.
Forget that. Like Big O said, they're desperately trying to get rid of Jimmy Butler right now.
They're trying to get KD.
I don't think Phoenix would do that.
You don't think Phoenix is trading KD?
I do see that, but I don't think for Butler. You have a better chance trading Butler to LA if he could work with LeBron.
But who would the Heat even get back from LA?
Whoever that kid is, number 15.
Or Connect?
That's where the Trailblazers and the Lakers are talking. That's who the Trailblazers want. It's up to LeBron. He just got back to the United States. You know, LeBron runs that team. So we'll see what they do.
See, LeBron, this is why I hate LeBron so much. They just drafted this young kid, and he already wants them to trade him.
I can't blame him. Lakers are in win now mode. They're desperate. Right now, as the Lakers are constituted, they are the 9th or 10th best team in the West. The only person they added to the team, Tony, is his son, and we all know he sucks.
And this young kid that he wants to trade.
Yeah.
And I've said this from the beginning. I think he's going to be a flame out, Bronny.
That's why LeBron did what he did. Got him a 4-year contract guarantee, so if he does suck, he'll get his money and he'll disappear. All right, Tony, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Which Miami Heat era was the best in your opinion? The beginning, that would be Alec Kessler, Dylan Rice, Steve Smith.
I wasn't old enough to even remember that.
All right. Zoe, Timmy, that's Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
Marley and Jamal Mashburn.
Okay. For me, it's the team with D Wade. For me,
that's the next one. The Dwayne Wade era.
Yeah, the Dwayne era.
or the LeBron era?
The LeBron era to me is the most disappointing era.
I couldn't agree with you more. As a Heat fan, that's not me. But if I'm a Heat fan, that's the most disappointing. A bit about this one. The post Big Three and Wade out there. Wade retires. Did you like that era?
Uh,
They
I'm
made the
starting.
playoffs a couple times.
Yeah, I'm starting to respect it a little bit more, but they're not there yet.
Bit about the Jimmy Butler era, 2019 to right now.
No,
Do you like
that's
this
the
era?
era. That's the era I'm talking about. They haven't really
Okay.
they haven't really proved anything to me just yet. They need to win a championship for me
Okay.
to. You saw that era with Glenn Rice. How good was that team?
That team was good. The only problem was the Bulls were destroying the league.
Was that the team that always got in fights with the Knicks with Patrick?
Yes. And the Pacers, yeah.
Oh, was Anthony Mason on that team, or was Anthony
He was
Mason
on the
on the
Knicks.
team
Yes,
after?
definitely. He was on the Knicks. Yeah.
No, was Anthony Mason on that Heat team, or was he on the team with Tim Hardaway and Zoe?
He was on the team with Zoe and Tim Hardaway.
Would you say was Anthony Mason a good offensive player, or was he
No,
mainly a
no,
defensive
he was
specialist?
there. Nope, he was there to be the goon, the enforcer.
He started a ton of fights, Anthony Mason.
Him and Oakley. Yeah.
Who, and you're honest, you saw both of them. Who would you say was more of a goon, Oakley or Mason?
Both.
As a Portland fan, did you hate playing the Knicks?
I hated the Knicks back then. I still now, but the difference is now I respect them because I've seen them build this team from scratch. And I respect that. They don't sign free agents. They don't believe in that. They believe in
Homegrown players.
More was 169, 71, 59.
But the issue, I don't have issues with the what's it called? The team. I have issues with guys like Steve.
Like Steve who? Manzano's mic went dead.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Oh, what I was saying is, what I can't stand is these arrogant media members who are Knicks fans, like a Stephen A. Smith. Is he a bandwagon fan, or was he really a Knicks fan?
He was a Knicks fan, and he stayed with the team, even though the team was bad.
Honestly, for me, the Knicks fan I like hearing talk about the Knicks was, what's his name? Max Kellerman, because he was more rational in his criticism, in analysis of the team. He wasn't a fan. He didn't have the fanboy mentality that a guy like Stephen A. has. Do you agree?
I totally agree.
Whatever happened to Max? Like, I haven't heard him talk about sports.
Stephen A. got him banished.
Max?
Mm-hmm.
You saw him grow up from the beginning. How was he on local New York radio as a sports guy?
No, he was on public access. He used to do nothing but boxing. He was good. Yeah, I knew he was going to be a star.
Were you a big Larry Merchant fan?
Yes, Yes, I think
What-
what's his name did to him was wrong. Mayweather.
You you don't agree with what Mayweather did to him?
No,
I can't remember. What did Mayweather do to him?
when he was in the ring with Mayweather, Mayweather got in his face and was talking shit to him, bro. And
Oh yeah, it was
Larry,
after the Maidana fight, right? Was it the
yeah,
Maidana?
yeah. And I was like, bro,
Oh yeah, I remember that interview. I think he, Floyd said, "You don't know boxing. You should stop talking about it."
yes, exactly.
Were you a big Al Bernstein fan?
I kind of liked his daughter, but yeah,
Al
I liked
Bernstein?
yeah, his daughter was um what's her daughter? She used to be on ESPN forever. Bonnie Bernstein. She was on CBS doing football games on the sideline. Yeah,
But
yeah,
wait, was Bonnie mainly a college football or pro?
both.
Oh, so she covered all the prime of the Hurricanes most of her career.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Bam Abadeo, as people said about him, why is he on the Olympic team? Gotta pick somebody, folks.
What I was my thing got uh my my iPad locked. What I was asking you, you grew up with not him as a news anchor and other stuff, but you grew up with him as a sports announcer. What was your opinion on Larry King?
Oh, he did the Dolphins. He was awesome. He did the
Who was his
Dynasty in
partner?
Miami. I forgot the guy's name, but something Spade or something like that.
Dave.
Yeah, Spade did the play by the guy who was his partner did the play by play. Larry, what's his face? Larry King did the color commentary.
You said his last name was Spade.
Something like that. I just know this that those were the coolest days being a kid and watching that all came together.
Was everything about Howard Cosell said about Howard Cosell exaggerated, Uncle
No,
Roy?
that's true. He was a big asshole.
He was?
Yeah, the only reason why he was big because he was Muhammad Ali's mouthpiece.
Yeah, no, Al Michaels told him a story that when he first started as a announcer, Howard treated him well, but Howard had a tendency to become not bitter, but what was the term? He would start losing interest in his uh as the guy got more experience, he would basically start treating him like crap.
Yeah, because they knew that they was grooming Al Michaels to take his job. Al
Oh,
Michaels, Al Michaels is one of the greatest announcers to ever live on this planet, man. This, but the problem with Al Michaels is he's about Al Michaels.
uh, well, he learned that ego from Howard Cosell.
No, he got that ego from himself.
Al can't be
And
that bad.
he was that Al Michaels is that bad.
The guy I liked from the old days that I like hearing was Chris Schinkel.
And Chris Schinkel, That was my mother's days, but I saw him do the games.
Or Keith Jackson. My mistake. Keith
Yes, Steve
Jackson.
Jackson. Yes, who can remember? Who can't forget the remarkable Milwaukee LA series in '71? Like I always told you, that series right there finished with Chamberlain.
What I remember him for was that call. I can't remember what college game he did the Whoa Nelly.
Probably Alabama involved because everything with Keith, he had to be at Alabama, at Pitt, at Notre Dame, at Michigan, at Ohio State.
Are you a big fan of Lee Corso?
Yes, I think he brings fun to game day. I always did. I'm sorry he's so ill. Always did. I felt Lee was the perfect um, side man to Herb Street and Chris Fowler. I met Chris Fowler like 10 times, bro. He's a real racist asshole. He used to do the NFL draft. A real asshole, bro.
Did you ever get a chance to talk to Kirk?
No, I never met Herb Street.
You have to.
Perico, I met. He was a big dick.
Mike Tirico?
Mm-hmm. Talent-wise, the man is great. But when you meet him in person, you're going to be disappointed.
I forgot the guy who used to work with Mike Wilbon on Pardon the Interruption. What's his name?
Tony Kornheiser? Kornheiser? All right. Tony, I'll be back in a minute, dude. Keep talking. Don't leave.
Vader, are you surprised that your Reds are doing this well this late into the season, even though it seems like they might be rebuilding, kind of?
All right. Since Tony left, I'm going to end this platform today and just say thank you for everybody who pulled up. That boy, Tony Manzano was awesome. Raven Knight, uh, pissed off as Cowboys are not going anywhere. And of course, Darth Slophius, who I cannot wait to get him up here. Friday night, I'll put the NBA show up and we'll talk. I'll bring everybody up, talk whoever you want. Oh, you guys that. And then Saturday night, Jaden Daniels against the Dolphins. We're definitely doing that game. And then Sunday night, Green Bay at Denver. The excitement in that city for Bo Nix. And I hope that Sean Payton plays Bo Nix a long time. As we getting faster to the season, everybody. I mean, damn. We are getting faster approaching to the regular season. And we'll have some fun up here Friday night. There we go. That'll be Friday night show right there. And we'll talk about this a little bit. I'm bringing everybody up so everybody can have a good time and have fun with each other. I don't know about wrestling with these young people, bro. They sound retarded. You know what I'm saying? Well, we used to call wrestling fans. I love 305, but he does act like this sometimes because it brings out the kid in him. We call them booger eaters. WWE fans, but we'll have fun Friday night. Hope everybody join us. I'm gonna come on a little early too, so people can have a good time. I'll be on 7:15 Eastern time, and we'll just have fun up here. I'll let these people enjoy themselves because we're close to the pinnacle, folks. We are right at the pinnacle. We'll see you Friday night, everybody. Everybody join us then. Have a great day. Get home safely from the plantation. And guys, have a good day, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here.